Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is Sunday night. It's time for another Sudsy recap. Um, Before we go into that, today we're going to talk about General Hospital. But before we talk about General Hospital, just today I've just been kind of in a funk and kind of depressed. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. I need to snap out of it. Actually, now that I'm talking, now that I'm verbalizing it and I'm talking it out loud, I suffer from seasonal affective disorder, where in the wintertime it becomes a lot easier to be motivated or to, you know, feel up, you know? Uh, and now that I get that, the winter is a lot more extreme here in Las Vegas than it is in Los Angeles. So now that I've said that out loud, that actually makes perfect sense. So although the past couple of years my SAD has not been that bad. It really wasn't bad when I first moved here because I was working the graveyard shift. So I never saw the sun anyways. So it didn't matter, right? But now that I have changed my job, and this is probably the first winter that I've had in this position, because previous to this I worked on the swing shift, so it was still kind of hit or miss. But now that I'm working full on day shift, it's a little difficult. It's kind of difficult this time of year, so I'm trying to do my best. And I've got a little blue light that you're supposed to use when in the daytime, so that you don't get depressed at night. So or ever. So I'm gonna be using that. It's time to bust that out. Um, yeah. So today I'm excited because the Royals and Mariah's World started, and I've already started watching Mariah's World, and wow is all I have to say. Wow, good for her though. Good for her. I can't wait to see how it ends. Yeah, it's a little crazy, and I love me some Elizabeth Hurley. As you will see when I do finally air my interview with Kyle Dixon, we actually talk a little bit about Elizabeth Hurley and Dawn Ward from The Real Housewives of Cheshire. So yeah, so that'll be exciting. And like I said, that's gonna come out soon. That's just not yet. So just keep an eye out for that. That's coming out. I have the footage. um, Let's see. Oh, so one other thing. So, The Amazing Race. Remember how I told you that it had started? I don't know what I was smoking, so I went to watch the episode that taped this past week, because I see now there's The Amazing Race on my TiVo. I was like, "Oh, it must have started. Okay, great," because I have it on a season pass. Well, I went and there's no new episodes on. There's just episodes season 1, which is crazy, but I'm excited. I mean, I'm not going to, do a Sudsy recap for season 1, because spoiler alert, they already happened. But it's still kind of cool, because if I was going on the show, I would totally be watching season 1 and taking notes. But I'm not going on the show, and here's the thing, and shout out to my friend Jared, because he really wants to go on the show with me, and I would love to do the show with him. I think we'd have a blast together doing the show. But I don't think that I would pass. They have a very strict, um, rigorous medical exam that you've got to pass before they'll let you on the show. I just don't think I would pass it. I think, and I'm kind of too scared for them to tell me I'm not healthy enough to be on the show. Is that awful? Oh, it's horrible. Anyways, moving on. All right, so General Hospital. So anyway, so now I do have to decide between the Housewives of Atlanta or the Housewives of Beverly Hills. So please weigh in with your opinion. Which ones do you think that I should be doing for my recap? Obviously, I'm watching both, so we'll see which one I decide to do. All right, but that's after Below Deck ends, and that'll either be next week or the week after, depending on if they do a reunion or not. So I'm still holding out hope that Bravo does a reunion, because those reunions are important. Um, And Captain Lee has said that on Twitter that he has a lot of things he needs to get off his chest. Inquiring minds want to know, right? All right. So, anyways, okay, General Hospital. So this week on General Hospital was good because, well, it was kind of good. So we saw that Nell is not exactly the sweet, innocent, naive that she pretends to be. She's a little bit more of a schemer, but we still don't know what her motivation is and what the big picture is and why she's doing what she's doing. So the reason why it happened is she sees Carly kissing Jax. She runs to Sunny. She tells Sunny that Carly's kissing Jax. Sunny's drinking heavily as he has been every day since Morgan died. She drugs him without him knowing. He drinks it. He's passing out. She takes him up to bed. She undresses him, and then she gets undressed and gets in the bed next to him. They don't do anything. She doesn't actually rape him, but she makes it look like he took advantage of her, right? And then she starts crying real tears. So we know she doesn't want to sleep with Sunny. That can't be the end motivation, because if that was the case, she would have done it. Like, you know? But she did record Sunny talking about it, saying, we can never tell Carly. So something is going on. So I'm wondering, was she hired by Ava Jerome? Because Ava hates Sunny. Or, was she hired by Jax? Because Jax is one of the people who wanted Carly to not look into who gave Jocelyn the donor for her kidney. So, I mean, we found out that she's not that sweet, but we still don't know what exactly she wants and why she wants it and what her motivation is. That has never been explained. So that's something that we should definitely look into a lot more. Okay. All right. So people that were not on that much this past week was Hayden and Finn. They weren't on that much. There was one day where they were on. So, but they were cute. I mean, he was very nervous, and he told her, that she had a disease, the same disease that's killing him. And she's like, that's nice. I have to go to work. And he's like, he was like, what's going on? And she's like, I gotta work. My job's not going to end because I've got some sort of disease. I can get through it, whatever. I'll work until the day I drop or whatever. And Tracy was very supportive of her. And she was like, you know what? Regardless of whatever it is that you've got, I can get you some Zekenestrol. That's the name of the drug that he's using for his experimental treatments that he's researching. I'll get you some. I don't care what country I have to go to or what form it's in. I'll get it for you. I promise. So that was nice of Tracy. They had the Thanksgiving episode. They had in the Quartermain Thanksgiving was Tracy, Monica, Ned, and Dylan, and that was cute. I mean, their scenes were nice. It was a cute family moment. And then there was a moment at Dante and Lulu's with Maxie and Nathan. And let's see, who else was there? Definitely Olivia. She was there. I'm wondering who else. I think Laura was there, and Nina. I don't know. I think those two were also there too. So that was a nice little, family Christmas. It was cute. Apparently Claudette, who we all know was that bitch that had Charlotte, she actually called Maxie, and then all of a sudden the French authorities get on the telephone and start speaking in French to Nathan. So it's a little crazy, but we still haven't really definitively heard what's going on with Claudette or where she is or she just dropped her kid off and then disappeared. So we don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, so that was what happened on General Hospital. So, thank you so much for logging on. I do appreciate it. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about, what do we talk about? Vanderpump Rules. I'm excited. All right, because apparently this week's episode is apparently really good. There's a lot of dirt that comes out. So, I told you that this show it'll be ramping up. There's no way that they're going to be as boring as they were those first couple episodes. So it's definitely going to get better, and I'm very excited. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on. Have a great day, everyone. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. Peace out, and wubba wubba wubba.